Right, welcome to the introductory video for the version 0.2.0 of the Nootralize app. And in this application update, we have included 3 major new features, and they are a summary of the scientific literature of a nootropic compound for each nootropic compound. And in this summary of the scientific literature, we have included all the side effects that can be found or have been found in the studies of this nootropic. We also include all of the effects that have been found to have significant changes upon use in comparison with placebo. So when someone used a nootropic and they were controlled in a study against a control group who took a placebo pill or some other placebo intervention, if the nootropic group had a significant effect of a compound on a neutralize effect, which is what we're inventing for a term, which is this next big feature that we're adding. And what a neutralize effect is that we think that in order to serve our users the best nootropic recommendations for their individual needs, it's going to be much more efficient if we do not let the user search for any effect that could be measured in the science. Because in the science, you have tons of different terms for what we may group into one effect, such as mood. So instead of having the user search for depression, subjective well-being, euphoria, mood, we group all of them together into the neutralize effect of mood. So that's the second big feature that we've added. And on top of those two, we've also added a couple of hundreds of studies to our nootropic database upon which we base our recommendation engine. So the quality of our recommendations will be much better in the second version, and you'll have much greater variability and variance in the nootropics that you get served by the recommendation engine, so that you'll get more help with your specific problem. It'll be more personalized. And all of these studies that we include in our database are placebo-controlled human studies. So we do not include any in vitro studies or any animal studies or any human open-labeled studies that aren't placebo-controlled. And because we have these very strict inclusion criteria, one could say, we have the ability to reflect the needs of our users. So if someone goes into our application and wants to find a nootropic that works very well for them, then they will have that problem solved, because we have only used studies that are done in humans and also are placebo-controlled for upping the quality of it. There are some drawbacks to the way we're currently doing things, such as the fact that we include studies in people with different conditions such as major depressive disorder or Alzheimer's disease and dementia. So there are some drawbacks to the current version, but we're constantly trying to improve it, and I think that's a great way to work. And speaking of which, we would love to get some feedback on this version of the application as well. And if you scroll down to the footer of the application, then you'll see a text paragraph which says, or a sentence rather, that says, please give us feedback. And if you click on that link, then you will be sent to a very short form, maybe 4 questions max, where you can let us know how your experience with the application was, and then we can learn from that and make it better for you and other users in the future, so that we can make better nootropic recommendations and solve our psychological and physiological problems, as well as enhance our minds for both subjective well-being and cognitive performance. So with that said, I'm gonna go to bed. Sleep tight.